Let's read it. Let's go into it. Effective July 15th. YouTube is implementing changes to its monetization policies within the YouTube Partner Program to address mass produced and repetitious content. The goal is to better identify and prevent such content from generating revenue and protect authentic creators. It goes on to say mass produced content, videos created in bulk with minimal human input, such as automated presentations, synthetic voices, and no personalized narrative, will face monetization restrictions. All right. So, what that basically means is um, I think that this is to rein in AI and it's to rein in people that don't actually create content. But a lot of these people, like I'll give you somebody for example, Jason Derulo, right? Jason Derulo likes to create. He'll pirate somebody else's stuff. Like he'll take somebody's video off of TikTok or something that goes viral, and then he'll put his little logo at the bottom, or he put his little face at the bottom and be like, "Huh?" And then that'd be the end of it. They don't give no commentary. They don't say anything about it. They're not actually transforming the video. But, he's faced a lot of backlash, for example, for that. And so what they do is a lot of times content creators will do that. What they'll also use is people are starting to leverage AI to do faceless content or to automate or to narrate the video. And so what YouTube is basically doing is that they're cracking down on content to make sure that not only are creators protected, but the integrity of the platform is protected. So people just finessing and mass producing stuff and not necessarily actually having any commentary or conversations or reactions and stealing people's stuff and not giving them credit. YouTube is basically saying that we cracking down on that. All right. So I don't have a problem with that. Repetitious content. Repetitious content, videos that reuse format, script styles without offering distinctive values such as reaction mashups, compilations with minimal editing will be affected. So if you're just taking people's stuff and reposting it and not putting actual real reaction, commentary, whatever, so on and so forth. If y'all just take stuff and then a lot of times they'll take movie scripts, they'll take people that did stuff and then they'll put some letters at it and then they'll either add some music behind it or they'll switch it over and stuff like that. They'll reverse the image or reverse the video in order to get it off. Then you will absolutely face content. I don't have a problem with that. Let's see what else. Content using third-party material, content borrowed from other sources must be significantly altered and considered original. That's not anything new. They've always been implementing that. YouTube has always had a fair use policy that basically, if you are basically taking the content and reacting to it, if you are taking the content, like for example, what we're doing right here, we played a video about what happened in White Lake. We had some conversations about it. We talking about it. We adding our own commentary or whatever. The video is significantly transformed. If somebody just takes somebody else's stuff and then just reposted it, even if it's from another platform, then you will face monetization problems. Repetitive content serving a purpose. Repetitive content must serve a purpose beyond simply gaining views, such as being entertaining, educational, or qualify for monetization. So basically, I don't see anything problematic in this. I don't see anything problematic in any of this type of stuff. So anybody that's not actually creating content, that's not using their own voices, that's not significantly altering it in a way that is actually entertaining for other people, but you just taking other people's stuff and you reposting it, or you using AI to just do an automated voice or something like that, or you think that you're gonna just depend on AI 100% of the time, you're gonna have problems. I don't see anything wrong with anything that YouTube is doing. You're gonna have to actually work. You can't, you know, pirate other people's stuff. You can't just switch it up. I see people that is taking some of my content and they don't have no commentary. They'll put up a big blooper in the middle of it and say, "Whoa, this happened," or something like that, or it'll cut away and say, "Ah," or something like that, and then they just keep on playing a whole goddamn clip. And I'm like, how able to do that. That's not reactionary. It's not significantly transformed. It's not any of that type of stuff. I don't trip about it because I'm not chasing down small. I don't have the time to be chasing down a little small stuff or whatever like that. But people significantly steal other people's stuff, and they'll put a. Lately, this is what they've been doing. They've been doing this for years. So they'll take your whole clip and they'll do a thing like they'll put it in the background. So matter of fact, I'll show you something. I'll show you something of something that people do. I'm not going to use myself because I don't want to dig into that. I don't want to even get into that. But I'm gonna give you an example. Give me a second. Give me a second. So, for example, if Dwight Howard, I actually caught this last night, and this is why I can remember it right away. Dwight Howard, we was talking about Dwight Howard last night, and Dwight Howard recently appeared on Patrick Bet David. Right now, if somebody was to go and look at that and they would say, okay, well, I want to talk about or I want to play a clip of Dwight Howard talking to Patrick Bet David, and then we're going to have a conversation about it or we're going to debate about it or whatever. That's significantly transformed. If you look at this one, there's one that's got Valuetainment. That's Patrick Bet David, PBD Podcast. That's Patrick Bet David. That's all of his own stuff, right? Now, if you go to this channel, whoever this Just Spill is, or NBA Sound Bites, and they think that just because, well, NBA Spill is actually doing a reaction video to it. So if you go to this one,
entertainment stuff where the market is like, is Dwight Howard straight?
That's right. Okay, I had just been saying things like that. So,
and then you came out today and you,
I don't know if
so I had this amount to do. So
Dwight Howard is that we cleared it.
Podcast with Patrick Bet David. There's so many clips because, like I said,
I don't know if this qualifies or not, but it seems like this qualifies to actually get monetized because he's actually making a commentary to it. But him just sitting in the bottom of the corner is one thing. Now, if you go to this other one right here that says NBA Soundbite,
and you've done stuff where
look at what they did. So they basically did the same thing that they be doing to Joe Rogan's podcast. So a lot of times they'll take clips from Joe Rogan. They don't necessarily react to it. They don't say anything about it. And they'll take a clip and then they'll put a background to it. They might even put some music. They don't make it really long. And then it's able to get past and historically. And so then they're able to just play it like
I was with the Rockets and one of my teammates was Isaiah Cannon. And so
this is not something that people should be able to get monetized on. You shouldn't be able to lift somebody else's stuff and just put it on a theater screen and then say, well, it's significantly transformed. This is something that we should be able to monetize off of. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. And people, instead of them just doing the right thing, they skirt the rules, they change stuff, and they modify it slightly. And then this is the reason why everything starts to get a little bit muddy. And so what YouTube is basically doing is going in and they making clarifications while at the same time putting restrictions on AI. You can't just use AI. You can't just go to VO3 or ChatGPT and generate some clips and put it together and think that that's the end of it. No, you can use some AI. For example, if you create some commentary or you do some stuff and then you want to go, instead of going out and shooting B-roll footage, you can have it as an illustration in the back as B-roll footage for 8 seconds here and then 10 seconds here or whatever, so on and so forth. Then that's one thing. But people that are basically clip farming and just throwing some words or throwing some stuff, I see that junk all the time. I see it in shorts. People steal people's whole shorts, be having millions of views on them shorts, and it ain't even close to their stuff. Or what I've seen on TikTok and what I've seen also on YouTube is people will take a clip and tell me if y'all seen this one. People will take a clip and on one side, they'll have some Chinese man doing something, or they'll have some video game footage of somebody driving a car at the bottom of it. And then at the top of it, or they'll have a ball bouncing around at the bottom of the video or on the side of it. And then on the top of it, it'll actually have the clip with the person talking. And it'll have some slight modification to the audio. And that way they can get it through the system. They can get it through the automatic system. in order to have it be able to shown to y'all, and then they monetize it and they make a bunch of money off of it. You shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to do that because you're not actually significantly transforming the video by giving your own commentary, by having a conversation about it, by you saying what it is that you think about it or whatever. I had to have some people take some of my stuff down because they just took the whole video and just posted it. They would take a Charleston clip, Charleston clip, and just post it. And they don't actually have no commentary. They don't. Now, people that react to my stuff that say, "Oh man, I don't necessarily agree with this," or whatever, that's cool. I had no problem with that whatsoever because now you're actually giving your own reaction, your own commentary. You're significantly transforming the video, and so that is something that is yours. You can monetize it, but it also brings visibility to what we got going on. And even me, I always like to give credit to the content creators. I say it at the end of almost every video. I link back to their stuff so that they can get visibility, even if they don't agree with me. And people be feeling some type of way about it, but we playing by the rules. You said something, we got thoughts on it. We want to have a conversation about it, and we're going to continue to rock out with it. I think that YouTube is really doing the right thing and getting ahead of it. They're not waiting until AI completely up in the industry. They're not letting people just continuing to turn it over and mess it up. And so people that were dependent on that and they was using that in order to run up a bag, now they're going to be fucked up. They're going to see their monetization go significantly down or go away. And they're not going to actually get no visibility and no traction with regard to it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really, really good thing. Yep, you're right. You seen a video where it was a racing game and the guy was going everywhere like crazy and driving in the background was the audio of a comedian or a prank call. They steal. They stealing. They stealing 100% of the time. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of faceless channels either like that. I'm not a fan of faceless channels. I need to see who it is and what it is going on. I don't like it. I don't even like the rate. It's so dumb. Like I've seen videos or channels like Ricky Smiley or something like that, right? What Ricky Smiley do, and this is not nothing wrong with it. I think that it's cool because he's not actually breaking the YouTube rules. But what y'all want to know why some people do faceless channels? Not Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley just do the radio version of it. And it's like, nobody want to hear no radio. The reason why we're looking at audio is because, looking at YouTube is because we want to actually see the person that's having a conversation. There's some people, not Ricky Smiley, but there's other people that I've heard. I don't know this definitively. I can't prove it to you. I'm not that into the history of certain people. There are certain people that have faceless channels because they already got kicked off of YouTube. And if YouTube was to actually see who they are, once you get kicked off YouTube, you kicked off forever, supposedly. And so what happens is a lot of times people that said some shit or did some stuff, but they still want to get on the platform because they don't know no other way in order to continue to monetize, they'll create a faceless channel. That's why I don't talk to people that got, faceless channels because I want you to show yourself. Yep. People have created faceless channels on YouTube because they then got kicked off or something like that. And they trying to find a way to get back on the platform. So they may change their name and they only show their voice or something like that. And so that's the way that they trying to get around it because at first everybody acting like, oh, I don't need YouTube. No, I need YouTube. I want YouTube. I need YouTube. YouTube has paid me so much goddamn money. It's no way that I don't want YouTube. 100%. 100%. I want YouTube. YouTube. Listen, I love YouTube. YouTube is always going to be king for me. I don't know what everybody else talking about. I don't know all of this pride, this ego. No, man, I don't care, man. I remember when during COVID, people was like, man, you stand up to that shit. You should talk about it. Don't say the jab, actually say it. Nigga, suck my dick, nigga. You crazy. I'm not about to give up 200 bands a month. I'm not about to give up 150, 120, 100, whatever it is. And here's the thing. I'm not even looking at what I'm making right now. I'm looking at future earnings. Bruh, we can get to a point to where we cracking $1 million a month if we really stay focused. In 4 or 5 years is no reason why we should not be cracking $1 million a month. You think I'm about to not crack $1 million a month because you want me to say something and you gonna turn on me in 3 months anyway and say that you don't fuck with me anyway? Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Nigga, we getting this money. We gonna get this money. We gonna get this money. What YouTube say? We can't say that? All right, listen. We gonna stripe. We not saying that. We not doing that. YouTube don't like it. So, know what you talking about, man. We trying to get $1 million a month.